All right, guys. Thank you for joining me this afternoon on this smoky day. Today, I can't even see across the river. I could barely see across the river. So the smoke is a little more, it's thicker today, rather. And of course, people are, complaining about it because they're not used to this kind of shit. I think in California, they're pretty used to it. It's not a Again, it's not an end of the world situation. If you have asthma, like somebody was saying, you might want to keep indoors, keep your pump handy. I don't think the mask is going to work for you, just because this stuff is pretty thick, and they said it's hazardous. I mean, again, that depends. Uh, Thank you for the 5x5, everyone. Let's start from the top. Queen Red Pill, Amanda, Tommy, Patricia, thank you for the 5x5. Mr. Landfill, Donovan, thank you for the 5x5. Dovely. Dovely? Yeah, Dovely. Thank you for the 5 by the second power, to the second power. Appreciate it. It's fucking. So, anyway, sorry. Thank you for the 9x5. I appreciate it. All right, guys. So, yeah, the smoke is horrible. I hear that from everybody all over the place. Everybody's complaining about it. The craziness is I have to, I guess, be sympathetic for those who are affected by this because, again, I've dealt with worse over my years in fire. And at the Trade Center, forget about it. We were breathing that shit in every day we were down there. So, yeah, COPD and the best asbestosis ain't good either. No, Tommy. So I mean, you're in Texas, so you shouldn't be affected by this. I don't think so. But if you are, guys, try to stay indoors and try to keep your windows closed, and also don't turn your AC on because you're just gonna bring that shit in. I know a lot of people. You're gonna have to suffer for a couple of days. Tomorrow they said it was supposed to get better. Now they're saying it's getting worse. So who fucking knows? I'm getting a kick out of this just because I'm an asshole. But for the rest of you guys that are not getting a kick out of this, a damp rag over your face is going to help a lot. So let me repeat that. A damp rag, not super soaked, but damp, is going to help collect a lot of the debris. It will help if you put it over your face. If you're wearing a surgical mask, that's not going to help because those two little pocket holes on the side, it's going to go right in. So if you're going to put a bandana or something like an N95 mask, that's going to help somewhat. But a damp one is going to help better. I used it during the Trade Center, and it saved my lungs a lot. At least I like to think it saved my lungs a lot. But you should be building inside filters. Forest fires 30 miles down the road from Tommy Soltis. All right, so he's got a different problem now. Annette said her eyes and throat is irritated. Yeah, my wife was complaining about that. My kid's mother was complaining about her asthma and her son's asthma. So it seems to be a problem, guys. But again, it's for those who are sensitive to this. There are a lot of people who are not. People are carrying on with their day. And there are other people who are getting headaches as well because this is new to them, right? They've never had anything in their lungs like this, and not for this long. So the sun this morning was pretty interesting. I took a video. I might put it on Instagram and YouTube. It's just showing you the position of the sun, where it was this morning versus where it normally is during the day. So one of my kids, I'm laughing because one of my kids' mothers being a pain in the ass right now. As per usual, but, that's women. 100. Yeah, guys, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. I can care less. It just helps out with the algorithm. You know how that goes. Yes, Johnny 308, a cotton rag over your face. A cotton bandana is preferable. N95 mask is going to work in this case. Cloth mat, like the surgical mask, is not going to work. So if you have a gas mask or respirator, you could probably get away with that. I think that's overboard, if you ask me, but you can definitely get away with it. If you have a SCBA, which is a self-contained breathing apparatus, what firefighters use, You can also use that. That's also overkill. But if you are sensitive to this, protect your lungs. If you're not sensitive to it, suck it up. For those of us men who are used to this shit, it'll be okay. Teddy Roosevelt said, I just got a volcano eruption alert from Hawaii. Why not complicate matters, right? Why not just fucking complicate the whole situation? Throw some ash into the sky. So there is ash on my car outside. I might go outside and take a picture or film that. So I just cleaned my fucking car Sunday. I cleaned it Sunday. I go downstairs yesterday and I'm like, motherfuckers. Not even rain. Fucking ash on my car. Now I gotta rinse that shit off. Tommy Salter said SCBA is double overkill. It is. It absolutely is. But you should see the amount of people in the city with the mask on today. I'm like, fucking drones. Like, listen, I get it. You have a respiratory problem. You should be wearing it. But everybody else, man, it's like the city said you're advised to put it back on, and everybody put it back on. They are being told what to do, and they're acting accordingly. My black car was gray yesterday. Yeah, I have some weird bluish color to my car. I forgot the fucking color name. I gotta look for it. But yeah, I looked at it. I was like, son of a bitch. Like, seriously? It took me 2 hours to clean my car because I clean my car in stages, right? So I'm like, I'm that old man now that cleans his car, and I clean it in stages, and it took me 2 hours to clean it and then wax it. And now I got fucking ash all over my car. Sons of beaches. The mask is a good thing. It tells you who they are. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Rum Runner, you're right. Fear is a good motivator. Because people listen, there are articles coming out right now as we speak talking about, is this air bad for you? It is. It can kill you. I'm like, what the fuck did I just read? How's it going to kill you? Like, listen, it's a couple of days of this shit. There are people who live in fucking sand country or through the Dust Bowl. You'll be okay. 2 days of this shit is not going to kill you. But they're like, it could get you sick. I mean, and if you have lung problems, yes, then you know what to do. You look outside, you're like, I can't see fucking New Jersey. And New Jersey is, from here, maybe 2 miles, maybe. And I could barely see Jersey from here. Over here, more southern, I can't see Jersey at all. But north side of the building that's in front of me, the north side of it, I can see probably about 2 miles, maybe 2.5 miles. So the visibility is worse today than it was yesterday, but again, not the end of the world. Watchman said asthmatics and so I know that. I said if you have a respiratory problem, you should wear a mask or stay indoors. I said that repeatedly, but for everybody else, stop being a bitch. All right, so Kilauea volcano in Hawaii just erupted earlier today. I just got the news break. Newsflash, erupts early this morning. I guess we are all going to die Wednesday. So when you guys head over to Hudson Valley, Prepping and Survival's live stream tonight, apparently we're all going to die. So there was an eruption there, so people got to deal with that bullshit. And then we have, this looks big. Holy shit. This looks like a lot. Like, I wish I could save this image, because it's not fucking letting me save it, but that's a lot of lava there. The Kilauea volcano of Hawaii's Big Island erupted early Wednesday morning, according to the United States Geological Survey. My God. Approximately, look at this time, approximately 4:44 in the morning. Holy shit. A lot of fours in there. The USGS, Hawaiian Volcanic Observatory, detected glow in the Kilauea summit webcam image indicating the eruption has commenced. Oh, so it's inside the crater. All right. So, eruption started just before 5 a.m. The alert level was raised from orange watch to red warning. So I guess it's starting to do its thing, but it hasn't erupted yet. At this time, there's no indication that populated areas are threatened. We are all going to disintegrate this weekend. Holy shit. Anything else? I'm in on this shit. I'm like, man. Anybody else want to yell at me about asthmatics being sensitive to this shit? We know that. You got COPD, like some people I know. Don't be outside, man. Screenshot it. You know what, Roderick? Let's see if I can screenshot it. Because I just fucked it now. Let's see if I can pull it up. Of course, it's not coming up now. Cocksuckers. What can we watch live? Alright, whatever. It's on my iPad. Whatever. That's a lot to do. Screenshot some. So now my wife texts me. The smoke is getting really bad. And she closed all the windows. I don't... Listen, guys. When shit like this happens, I get amused by this. I'm so sorry that I can be an asshole and shit like this, but I'm like amused. I'm just like, everybody's like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, stop fucking crying and drink some fucking water. It'll be okay, man. Eat some Spam, rub it on your fucking face. It'll block the ash from going in your lungs. I don't fucking know. But again, if you have respiratory issues, guys, stay indoors. Put a damp cloth over your face. If you don't, just suck the fuck up. You'll be fine. This shit'll grow hair on your chest, ladies and gentlemen. K. Paul said, just got an air update from his town. Could you please fill us in on the rest of that statement? Thank you. Ammonium nitrate cloud. I don't think so. That would be interesting if that's where the ammonium nitrate went. But, so decide to lay low. Mr. Nobody, that's the second time you mentioned that about being locked up for protesting. Nice. Tommy Salter said 2 years ago he got kicked out of Walmart for wearing an MSA full face mask to show people some irony. That is interesting, right? Everybody else wears a mask. It's good. You wear a full face mask. They're like, wait a minute, that's too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much while wearing that stupid fucking cloth face mask over your face. Whatever. Anyway, guys, I was outside earlier, and I was fine. But clearly, if you're going to be outside doing some activities, you got to be mindful of this, especially if you're not used to it. So, just keep that in mind. And Tommy says our Buterol is your friend. It is. It is your friend. Again, if you have respiratory issues. If you don't have respiratory issues, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You will get through this. Terry Authors. Yes, certain masks will work for this. Again, a cloth mask, a cloth damp bandana over your face will work. A surgical mask will not work. N95 mask will work, but only for a limited amount of time. At least with the cloth mask, you could take it off your face, rinse it out, put it on again. I did that during the Trade Center, saved my lungs, and then I used a filtered SCBA face shield, just without the cylinder, just a mask on my face with a filter in it, and that saved my lungs again during the Trade Center. So tried and tested, guys. I've done it, been there. Again, this shit for a lot of us who are healthy will be fine. So that was part of my Wednesday midweek report, was to talk about this shit. So let's get into it real quick. New York City air among the worst as smoke from Canada wildfires linger. So New York City's air quality is most polluted than all but one part of the world, which is India. So India has like the worst air quality ever. I find that to be interesting. Wednesday morning, as thick smoke from wildfires burning hundreds of miles away in Canada was set to continue to choke much of the Northeast through the weekend. So now it's lasting through the weekend. They said it was supposed to last till today. Like today was supposed to be the last day. Clara W., it's lasting through the weekend now. So it looks like it's going to end next Wednesday, not today. Keep that in the back of your head. An ominous orange haze crept over the city for a second day as all 5 boroughs were placed under air quality health advisory until Thursday morning due to wind patterns pushing the smoke south from over 150 forest fires in Quebec, 110 of which have been deemed out of control. So there's 150 forest fires in Quebec, 110 are out of control. Unhealthy air and smoke conditions are expected to linger over the 5 boroughs until Sunday, as Mayor Eric Adams on Tuesday urged New Yorkers with heart conditions and breathing issues to have limited outdoor activities to the absolute necessities. So if you have to go outside, go outside. If not, stay your ass indoors. Here's the thing with staying indoors, guys. Close your windows, turn your ACs off. Turning your AC on defeats the purpose, right? So you're going to be hot and bothered this weekend. By 10 p.m. Tuesday, air quality in part of the Big Apple reached an unhealthy level, according to the Environmental Protection Agency Index. And the air quality in the 5 boroughs was the poorest of any major cities in the world. Again, being that New Delhi in India is the absolute worst. We will be in this same kind of weather pattern through today, tomorrow as well. Fox meteorologist Stephen McLeod. What is it with these meteorologists and these weather-like names or terminologies? Stephen McLeod? Are you kidding me? You know, what was it? The other guy, Storm something? Now my friend in Brooklyn, he's going, update you didn't ask for. The air quality got significantly worse in the last 30 minutes. I'm sure by you too. So I think I know. Whatever. It is what it is, guys. Like I said, bad lungs, stay the fuck inside. Heart problems, stay the fuck inside. Anything else, you'll be okay. Hold on. So I was supposed to take a trip down south, but I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go. I might be going to Tennessee now. I was going to go to Vegas, but that didn't pan out. I was looking at Arizona. Tickets are too high. So I might be going to Tennessee, but who the fuck knows? It seems like everybody's, freaking out over this shit. Like I said, guys, not a big deal. It will pass. Let's see. Where were we? Once the storm system from the west starts to come in, it's going to change the wind direction. Once the wind direction changes, the smoke will not be able to come down in these parts of northeast mid-Atlantic. New York City public schools have canceled all outdoor activities Wednesdays as the air quality was expected to deteriorate throughout the day. While conditions are anticipated to temporarily improve later tonight and throughout tomorrow morning, they are expected to deteriorate further tomorrow afternoon into the evening. As New York City sits under a dystopian fog, this is not my words. As New York City sits under a dystopian fog, the worst of the situation is being reported in Pennsylvania and Delaware. Now, right now, guys, the situation up here has gotten worse. I guess for, common folks, it's gotten worse. For everybody else, it's fine. It really isn't. I mean, but they're definitely going to beat the climate change lockdown bullshit, starting with shit like this. Mark my words. This isn't the last time we're going to see something like this. All right, guys, so moving right along. The CDC warns of a deadly bacteria with a 50% fatality rate that has been declared an endemic to the U.S. Gulf Coast. A deadly bacteria with roughly 50% fatality rate worldwide has made its way to the U.S. Gulf Coast, where it's been declared an endemic by the CDC and Prevention. The CDC has confirmed 3 cases of infections from bacteria Burkholderia pseudomonas, never heard of that, which can cause potential lethal melioidosis if not treated. It's an environmental organism that lives naturally in the soil and typically freshwater areas around the world. Now, I've heard of this for a while now. This bacteria they're talking about, they've been talking about this reaching the Gulf Coast for a while. Most recent case was in Mississippi in January. So they spoke about this late last year. This Burkholderia and Suodamalali. I've never heard of these things. I mean, I've heard of them, but I've always had a hard time pronouncing them. I heard it late last year. They were talking about it reaching the Gulf Coast this year, and it finally has. There has been a most recent case, which was back in July 2020 and May 2020 in Mississippi, the two other cases. They have one case right now. However, most of the people infected with the bacteria do not show symptoms, develop antibodies against it, meaning they are more people are likely to be infected. In all three Mississippi cases, patients recovered, so no one died. So this looks like to be healthy. Now, where is it? People with diabetes, kidney problems, or liver problems are most at risk. Excessive alcohol use, also known a risk factor, binge drinking, has actually been associated with these cases as well as endemic areas. So if you're a drinker, guys, obviously stop it. If you're in the Gulf Coast, that is. The cases are so low now, I don't think it's warrant a real warning. But of course, leave it to the powers that be to jump the gun. So there's a lot of little bullshit going on, guys. Again, not the end of the world. We have this interesting case starting up in California. I read it the other day and I couldn't believe it. Protesters brawl over California school district's Pride Month vote. So at least 3 people were arrested when a brawl broke out outside Tuesday between pro and anti-LGBT protesters outside of a school board meeting in Southern California, where members were deciding to recognize June as Pride Month. This is in California. So you even have Californians, guys, that are like, what in the actual fuck? Of course, you got pro people showing up. You got the pink hair crew or the color hair crew, they're showing up saying that this is going to save kids' lives. A Pride Month in the school. Now, being that parents are going to war over this, which rightfully so, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting constant notices and emails about this air quality shit. People are emailing me and texting me. I will get to them after this is done. So, several rowdy demonstrations threw punches just as the Glendale Unified School District in Los Angeles County was due to hold an official vote on the matter. Imagine voting on this bullshit in the school. Imagine voting on whether or not to have Pride Month in the school. That is not warranted. Pride Month does not belong in high school, does not belong in junior high or elementary. Neither of the schools need to hold this shit. Now, some people say you have gay teenagers, so the fuck be it. Let them go to Pride fucking parades outside of the school. Does not need to be in the school, and it does not need to be in a school where there's a tiny margin of gay folks, or kids for that matter. Almost 500 people gathered in the school headquartered parking lot where those for and against the district resolution began to tussle over the global recognition and celebration of LGBT community. Now, there are a lot of countries that are not recognizing the LGBT community, and they're bullshit, and they are definitely not entertaining it in schools. Some protesters even dressed in t-shirts that read, "Leave our kids alone," and chanted the school names of the 5 school board member. 50 police officers were deployed to the scene, and the police officers even got into it with some of the protesters. Police said that most of the protest was peaceful, but that a small group of individuals engaged in behavior deemed unsafe, and that additional attempts to de-escalate the crowd failed. Unlawful assembly was declared as police called for reinforcements and ordered the crowd to disperse. Yeah, right. 3 people were arrested, faced charges including obstructing officers, and unlawful use of pepper spray. Hoorah, there we go. Pepper spray. That's the greatest equalizer in a fucking in a crowded room or crowd of people protesting. You start spraying people, disperse. For the 5th year in a row, the school board later approved a resolution designating June as LGBTQ Pride Month. The measure has also encouraged all schools in the nation's second largest district to incorporate lessons on the LGBT community. There is no LGBT lessons, guys. That is a falsehood. There is no narrative on this planet that needs to be taught about the LGBT community. The LGBT community is about sexuality, nothing else. Whereas Black History Month talks about black heroes. Black History Month doesn't talk about how to have sex with somebody, how to differentiate black people. It's all the same. You have Native American History Month, talks about Native American heroes and how they contributed to this country. The LGBT Pride Month and lessons, you want to talk about gay heroes, fine, leave it at that. But they don't leave it there. They go further. They talk about sexuality. They talk about difference in anal sex and different sexual positions. Why is that allowed in school? If you're going to talk about LGBT heroes, by all means do so. But leave it there. The problem with the LGBT community is they don't know how to leave well enough alone. So they keep going further. I am a girl, why do I have a penis? Why is that a book? I am a boy, why don't I have a penis? Well, all girls can have penises. What the actual fuck is that about? So again, the problem with Gay Pride or Gay History Month or whatever it is they like to bend laws, rules, and science. You don't see that with Black History Month, Eastern Island History Month, Native American History Month. You don't see them gender bending. You see them talking about heroes, and that's it, and how they changed the course of history. There hasn't been a gay person that has changed the course of history. I would all but like to say, tell me one. Just show me one that did. That their gayness is the reason why history changed. Now, people say Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk was a pedophile. Harvey Milk was a known pedophile, yet they still celebrate him in California. I think it's San Francisco, to be exact. Sally Ride, the female astronaut, well, guess what, fucko? She wasn't gay when this whole fucking thing started. She was later designated as gay, and then later designated as the first lesbians in space. Bullshit. Right? So, again, guys, the LGBT community, they move the needle however they want. You do have Michelle Obama as the first transgender first lady. You have that. I'm convinced she's a dude. There's like, with all of the evidence lined up, and I had people who didn't believe she was, and then I showed them the videos of her dick and her pants swinging back and forth, and they were like, maybe that's a fucking what? Maybe that's a mic? Maybe that's a strap-on? It could be. It very well could be a strap-on. But I doubt it very much. Space lesbians to the rescue. Exactly, Jason. You know, like, it's insanity to me, man. Insanity to me. Yes, they call her Big Mike for a reason, right? Because she's probably smacking Obama in the face with a dick every night. You know? Whose ass is this? I don't even know why I went there. I'm sorry. But you get my point. And listen, she's a big girl. She has broad shoulders. She fits all the criteria for a man. She's got a big smile. Almost like a horse's smile. You know? I'm pretty sure Obama gets abused. He gets smacked around. You know? He's the abused in that relationship. And I'm going to tell you, people are like, well, she had kids. I've never seen a pregnant photo of this lady. Ever. I've looked online, guys, for hours for a pregnant photo of her. I did not find one. That's not saying it doesn't exist. But if you look at those kids don't look anything like them. I'm just saying. That's my conspiracy theory, guys. That's my rabbit hole video I should do, actually, on this channel. Like, is Michelle Obama a dude? You know, but whatever. That's just having some fun. So, with that, guys, we are at the half-hour mark. We covered all subjects. We beat a dead horse with this whole air quality shit. It's fine. It'll be okay. We will all survive. Air quality could be a lot worse, guys. If Yellowstone went, forget about it. Forget about it. And yeah, we'll get through this, guys. We'll hold hands. We'll kumbaya through this fucking air quality shit. And yes, Michelle Obama, I definitely want to do a whole video on that, describing why my case, why I think she's a dude, and yeah, why she had Epstein killed. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the doubleheader. Other than that, guys, have a great day. Thank you for the support. Thank you for showing up, and I will speak to you guys soon.